Hi, Ann Morrison here, professional actress and the artistic director of SaraSolo Productions. We are dedicated to the development and presentation of solo artists. When we've been sitting here all just wondering what we're going to do during this whole coronavirus thing, I have a piece that I wanted to perform as a second in our SaraSolo TV. We're going to invite, it won't be just me, we're going to have other artists adding their own monologues and pieces soon. I'm just kicking this off with maybe better lighting and maybe not so crude. And while I was rehearsing this, I got a text just now that Terrence McNally had passed from the coronavirus. And interestingly, the piece that I'm doing for you is uh, excuse me, is a tribute to my mother who passed several years ago. I've been doing monologues. I want to do a series of monologues. The first one was called Soaring with Jimmy. Came out of a piece called Out of a Three-Legged Pot. The idea is I had monologues that didn't fit in certain solo shows or might be for something else, and I threw them in a pot, and the audience would pick something out that would let me know what story they wanted to hear that moment, and off we went. Some of them were songs. This one I wanted to do is the one of the soliloquies in a larger piece I performed several years ago called Word Paintings, a soliloquies around an easel. My mother was a Renaissance woman. She studied at the Chicago Art Institute and was a beautiful painter. She was a modern dancer, choreographer, director, playwright, lyricist, poet, designed plates, designed hats. She was just an amazing, beautiful little spirit, little elf. And I wanted to write a tribute to her. Now, each one of the little soliloquies around an easel were based around a particular painting that was a combination of a lot of my mom's artwork that I had someone help create for me so I could do the piece. Well, the first monologue was really my own monkey mind because I would sit as a model at the Ringling College of Art and Design, and I had wild thoughts in my head that I thought would be a funny monologue. The second monologue was actually in 1942. It was my mother at the Chicago Art Institute on the other side of the easel. What kind of things went through her head while she was being this Renaissance woman? The third monologue was art itself speaking, and I've recently pulled it out. I'm turning it into an art song, so one day I'll sing it for you. The fourth monologue was from the critic's point of view. And then I booked in both of them with a beautiful poem that my mom wrote called The Painter is Dead. And then I wove my own poetry. And the last uh, bookend piece is actually talks more about what she meant to me. So Terrence McNally, this is a memory of you. Um, this is also a tribute to my beautiful mother, Elizabeth Morrison, fondly known as Leedsy. The painter is dead. She lies in stately grace now and is fondly remembered. Her empty easel stands like praying mantis. Long tan brushes, bristle thick with color, are gathered in a vase like late autumn flowers. Scabs of okra, alizarin, cobalt cluster on a palette with twisted tubes that have given up all their brightness. Cool light rests in silent corners, touches canvas rectangles huddled one upon the other, their secret visions turned from the world. A patina of dusk grays all surfaces, and dancing d'Esprevan, an umber moth struggles in a shroud of spider webs. The artist is gone. Her paintings fill my walls. Her lyrics still slip off my lips, as does her poetry. Her DNA, imprinted throughout my body, expresses movement as if her reflection. I am often told that I look like her in manner and dress now that I'm reaching the autumn of my years. I would sit in monkey mind before an easel, nude, not naked, in constant questioning of the universe, and in the stillness wonder what her mind was like as a young art student. I couldn't find the answer in the faces of the wannabe illustration students. The answer would appear on my walls. I'm haunted by her empty easel in the corner of a room, and her little chair that fits her tiny stature sitting in another. I look back and forth from one upon the other, pondering the mystery. Now, artists will evade my question of what their art must say, if they would only listen. And critics pride themselves with mumble jumble left brain chatter of something only right can share. And yet, I would scan the surface of all her artwork, reading her stories through shapes and colors and movement. Her negative space informed her positive. It's all there. There is no mystery. But there is this. Towards her life's end, she would sit in secret, if only to herself, rereading letters like a schoolgirl hoping not to get caught. Letters of past correspondence from her deceased first husband, whom she would fantasize still her lover. And yet, I knew he never was. A romantic heart never truly in this world. Now, why did she do that? I knew she loved my father. So I curled up in her little chair, years passing, and the clue I find is right there in all her writings, prose, verses, lyrics. This is someone undeserving of love. Really? Really? Oh, little lady, how could you hold such a heaviness? You with tender steps and lightness of gesture, you who embrace the artist soul in all your students throughout the years as time moved through you. You who found movement in a lyric and colors in words that followed one after another. Your artful stage pictures, your ability of loving every actor, every singer, every dancer that would have the great fortune of playing with you. Sweetheart, there's not a day that goes by where I meet someone who cannot wait to share their respectful memory of you. You sadden me with confessions that you always felt you lived within the shadow of my father's purpose. He old Renaissance woman. The night before she slipped into the other world, I saw her curled up in her little chair, reading her missives, lost in fantasy. The gods of brushes abandoned her long ago. Hands, you know. Mom, do you know how much I love you? I said with my hands in soapy water. She lifts her head with eyes like a child and with delight and innocent and says, Really? Really? I love me when I'm with you. Am with you. I do not paint, but if I could paint one word that in some degree would forever give her immortality, it would be grace. Yeah. Good plan, Mom. Good plan. Dreams sang life-giving, giving life, and when she danced, dreams sang life-giving, giving life, and when she danced. Thank you. If you enjoyed that, please go to SaraSolo.org and hit the donation button if you'd like, because every little bit helps all the solo artists who are like me, sitting in their living room, figuring what the hell we're going to do next. And please, tonight, give a little prayer to our talent, Terrence McNally. Love you.